I was such a bad student. I had San Andreas on my laptop, and they would shut it down for everybody else. They would be like, "Yo, no playing that," and then I would be playing, and I had one teacher in a class, Miss Rabenda, and she would be like, other kids would freak out. They'd be like, "Why do you let him play San Andreas and none of us are allowed to?" And she'd be like, she was like, "He's better. He's better off." Like, she was like afraid. She was like
this
afraid.
This is the lesser of two evils, okay?
Just let him play San Andreas.
I make $45,000 a year, okay?
Yeah.
To deal with
him. Speaking about how much teachers made, dude, I found a link online because all their pay information is like public, like it gets posted each year. Someone told me that, dude. I found that out online, and I would bring that up to teachers I didn't like. I would look at their salary online,
dude,
and then I would
ultimate punch to a teacher, dude. You son of a
just brutal, bro. I'm so sorry. Mr. Silber, dude. I hit Mr. Silber with the why does the guy across the hall make 30 G's more than you?
No, no way, dude.
Nuclear launch codes, bro.
That's
nuclear launch codes on
so
the teacher. I got kicked out of that class, dude. Yeah, why does that dude across the hall make 30 G's more than you?
30 G's
like, what are you talking about?
Oh, what are you talking about? Like, you just like turn your laptop. Yeah. That's so funny, dude.
She made my freaking celebrity crush list, dude, when I was watching the game last night.
Yeah.
Because Barbara Cochran, #1, Audie Crooks, #2, without a doubt in my mind, dude. 1 and 2. Audie, I know you're a little young, if I had to guess, because she's playing college basketball.
Yeah, she's 20. I looked it up.
Is she?
It'll get to an age, though, when she's 25, right? It won't be weird. Yeah. That's all I'm saying.
Call me in a couple years, Audie.
Yeah.
I mean, goddamn, I just want to freaking guard her in the paint, dude. I want to let her just freaking back me down, dude.
It's literally Mount Everest.
Oh my god!
I'll climb the tree.
No penalties.
Okay, dude.
Yeah.
Gosh.
I mean, I'm playing freaking prison ball, dude, on Audie Brooks, dude. No reaching fouls on me, dude.
Nothing. You can hit. You can slam. It's good.
I'd let her reach
up with a bloody nose, dude. Yeah, that's all kosher, dude.
Yeah, dude. I'd let her freaking score. Just splash a 3 right in my face, dude.
Holy
if you know what I mean.
Yeah, that's fair. Yeah, they're gonna find you dead on your bed, dude, suffocated to death with the biggest smile on your face.
I mean, just ear to ear grin, dude. Audie Crooks seriously hit my line.
Yeah. I'm gonna for real, like your funeral, it's gonna be like open casket, and you're still gonna have the smile on your face because the coroner couldn't get it back down again. I'm like, that's my bro. That's my man right there. He died doing what he loved. That's called conquering champions.
Shout out to Audie Crooks, dude. Honestly, dude. I'm gonna get like one of those posters of her in my room.
We should get Audie Crooks posters and put them on in the background of the.
Dude, I want to get an Audie Crooks T-shirt, dude.
I would get an Audie Crooks T-shirt, dude. Dude,
yeah, we like that.
Showing up to games.
Oh man, I need a highlight reel, dude. I need a highlight reel.
Yeah. And then we
also the other.
Like X gonna give it to you style, like a highlight reel that we're doing of her, okay? And then like
LeBron,
fucking
powder in the air, dude.
And just all of the lights starts. Audie Brooks, dude. You better get ready. I'm gonna whip up. I'm gonna whip up a highlight reel.
Y'all.
But y'all don't say nothing.
Understand nothing was done to me. Just said left.
Last name ever, first name greatest.
Dude, how is she's gonna be #1 draft pick. I mean, I can't wait to talk to Grandpa about this. I see him, dude. There's no way she's not on his radar.
100%, dude. Oh,
our deeply Italian grandfather loves college women's basketball. For anybody who's wondering.
Yeah, I know we've mentioned our grandfather's taste in sports doesn't make any sense whatsoever, dude.
It does not make any sense. But he loves college women's basketball. One time he looked at me during a game and he said, "It's a shame they're all lesbians." And I said, the word "all" in that sentence is pulling a lot of weight. If I'm being honest, I think there might be a couple of straight ladies in there. If I had to take a guess.
There's a couple dime pieces in there, dude. Just because you saw the video of Brittany Griner getting on the airplane after she came back from Russia doesn't mean they're all Brittany Griners, okay?
Dude,
That
Brittany
was
Griner, you got to sweep the legs, dude. She comes at you in a dark alley, like, I mean, closing that distance, it's going to be tough. You're going to have to get
that
inside.
is tough.
She's going to have the range on you. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
You're going to have to get inside and really just, we're going to have to fight in a phone booth because
gotta
if you let
pummel
her
in.
circle around the cage,
Yeah, that's a good point. You can't let her control the outside, dude. Yep, it's gonna be a long
if
couple
she develops
rounds right
her
there.
range on you,
You're screwed,
good
brother.
luck landing on. You're gonna have to throw some calf kicks on freaking Brittany Griner, dude.
You gotta chop the tree down, dude. Unless she's got Ali feet and she's too fast. You don't know. I mean, there's some Russian. Like she might be really good at like wrestling if there's anyone from Dagestan in that prison.
Brittany Griner hits you with the Ali shuffle, dude.
Oh, bah, 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 bah. Just gets in there. Yeah.
Where's it coming from, dude?
But for real, honestly, her voice is deeper than mine. For reference,
I just hope she's pulling out, dude. Because, man, Brittany Griner, I'm pregnant, you dude. She's
it's bigger than mine. I guarantee it, dude. She's got a baby's arm.
I see it.
She's throwing up in it.
I seen a dude who like went to one of those like sports cards, like where they buy and sell sports cards, like the meetups at like convention centers or whatever.
Yeah.
And he had a Brittany Griner sports card, and it had the used THC cartridge in the back, and it was like this is the cartridge that Brittany Griner was arrested with. And the guy was like. The guy he was trying to sell it to was like, I don't even know how to price that. Like, that's a crazy find.
That's going on Antiques Roadshow. And he's like, wow, this really is a magnificent piece that you've brought here to us today. I just want to thank you, first of all, for bringing the actual cartridge that Brittany Griner was arrested with.
Yeah.
And some say she kept this in her ass for the 18-month stint that she had in that Russian prison.
Yeah, insane, dude. Antiques Roadshow rules, dude.
Dude,
honestly, you know how many hoarders
my meat
that show?
Antiques Roadshow nonstop, dude. When those guys get excited about
grandparents filled their house with bullshit, on the dream that they're gonna go to Antique. Dude, this could be worse. You know what I mean? You show a grandparent one episode of Antique Roadshow, they're never throwing anything out ever again.
They're like, what? My porcelain Nammy napkin holders are worth some money.
Yeah,
it is really funny.
Roadshow.
It's funny when the old ladies show up and they're like, this was my mother's kitchen collection, right? And it's just like really racist, like porcelain, like black nanny figurines that hold paper towels.
Oh, yeah.
And you're like,
there's a word for
this. Yeah, I forget what
those are called.
Yeah.
But I painted a black like family's house once, and they had all those dolls everywhere.
Yeah.
Like in the bathroom, they had like maybe 100 of these, and I was like, oh my gosh.
Ooh.
A lot of them are like, get pretty
dicey, dude.
Yeah, pretty red lip, white eyes, dude. You know?
yeah.
There was that guy who used to do the blackface back in the day.
Oh,
forget his name.
I can't remember either. There's the girl that played Dorothy in The Wizard of Oz. Did you ever see the movie where she played a black girl?
No, but I need to watch that immediately.
They went full red lips, white eyes on her, like pigtail sticking out the side with like a raggedy like dress that she's wearing, and then she's singing like old soul songs. And then like you think about the drugs that they got her hooked on when they made the Wizard of Oz.
The things that happened to Dorothy, dude. Jesus Christ, dude.
So this young broad was just
Lollipop Guild was freaking
running
and a little handsy
on her, dude.
Oh, they were getting a little handsy, dude.
That midget hung himself in the background afterwards because she wouldn't give him a piece. That's why he's like,
I'm the only one in the guild who can't have a piece of Dorothy. Damn it!
And you just see.
Also, that was clearly an ostrich or some shit.
Yeah, it was.
The fact that anybody thought that was a midget. Have you ever watched that footage?
Yeah. That was like first YouTube conspiracy theory videos ever. Like 2006 was like
debunking Wizard of Oz. Did he really hang himself in the background?
And then I don't know. That's
dude, also, you ever heard about the Pink Floyd album with the Wizard of Oz?
How they like,
and apparently like they line up perfectly. Like right when
is it The Wall?
Yeah, and right when you start like when you start the album, if you start at the same exact time as the movie, it like lines up perfectly.
Really?
And like people back in the day like would like take acid and then like do that.
Really?
And apparently like right when it goes from black and white to color is when money starts, and it's like the
Money.
it's the
Oh,
like
that's
it's
cool.
the change, like
Yeah,
the change. Yeah.
That's sweet. This is actually a perfect segue into what we did over the weekend, because I saw Wicked 2 in IMAX when we were in California. Because it was kind of like we did what we wanted to do in the morning. We didn't know what to do in the afternoon.
Yeah, we
And
need
so I
something
was
to do.
like,
Let's go
I was
see
like,
these
let's
two
do,
freaking
yeah, let's
mentally
do
ill
matinee.
people.
Did you first of all, the Ariana Grande looks like a skeleton the entire film, and nobody wants to address it. Like there's a scene where she's wearing like a busty dress, right? Like that's supposed to show off her cleavage, and the only thing I can stare at is like the rhinoceros horn of
collarbone.
her sternum sticking out past the, like it sticks out farther than the actual dress sticks out on her boobs.
We can't fix that up in post, guys.
Yeah, no, for real. I was like, this is okay. Everyone thought we're cool with rolling with this one, dude.
Dude, if the camera adds 15 pounds, we needed to add like 35, dude.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Also, it bugs me how everyone's like, she's amazing just because she can sing. But then I'm like, dude, she banged the Tin Man in it, right? So like,
and then he was an asshole, I heard.
Yeah, did you hear the? Oh wow, that's whatever portrait you want to port, like whatever portrait you want to paint for that scenario, I guess.
No, but I like painting ports actually. That's what I'm into.
Oh yeah, appreciate it. But
yeah.
Hear me out. You just got done playing SpongeBob on Broadway, and now you're starring next to Ariana Grande in a film, right? The biggest film probably of the next 5 years. And then she starts hitting on you on set. Of course you're gonna call it off with your high school sweetheart, because she probably was on like she was probably on like the bucket list or the what if list that each couple has. It's like, hey, if I ever bump into them and they hit on me, like I'm green light go. I guarantee Ariana Grande was on that dude's list. But so I don't know if I necessarily blame him, right, or her, considering she had a lot more power in that scenario than he did. Also, she probably killed Mac Miller.
Wait, they banged in real life?
Yeah, she started banging this. He's a soft 6 at best on a good day.
Oh yeah, dude.
Right?
Shooter's gonna shoot.
I know, she was gonna shoot. And I'm not saying that Ariana Grande is my type. Definitely not. Considering the fact, if we ever went belly to belly, I would probably snap her in half, right? And I'd have to live with that guilt for the rest of my life, seeing her in a wheelchair on the red carpet. But with that being said, in some respects, she is considered a sex symbol, and he's considered SpongeBob on Broadway, and he about has the same amount of sex appeal that you would think SpongeBob on Broadway would have, right?
Dude, I don't know, dude. SpongeBob fucking gets me rock hard, bro.
That's true. That's true. Anyway, started.
But dude, honestly, like, okay, no, yeah.
Started dating Mac.
Keep going.
I'm just saying, like, she's not the best. I don't want to praise her. Started dating Mac Miller. He got back into using. She broke up, right? But obviously they were still in love from all the DMs she sent behind him. Like on the day that he killed himself, she called him 400 times, right? So I'm just saying, what did they talk about those 400 times that she ended up calling him? And especially when
it seems like he probably wasn't answering if she called him 400 times. I'm going to go out on a limb and say he wasn't answering.
And say he was a little preoccupied with a little something else.
But she's had it rough, dude. She was like squashing bananas with her feet on Nickelodeon. And then
that is true.
The whole fucking Mac Miller thing died. And then fucking the terrorist attack at her concert with like the bomb that like blew a bunch of people up.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
In England. I want to know what the Wicked Witch's excuse is, because, dude, I mean, when that helicopter flew over, you would have thought that, like,
yeah,
it was like a 50s air raid drill where they had to like climb onto their desk. It was insane. What is your excuse, lady?
Yeah, are you a refugee? Like, what's going on? Did that bring you back to memories? Why are you acting like that?
Yeah, like, that's exactly what I was wondering. Like, you would have thought that she was hearing like freaking, what's the freaking Rolling Stone song or CCR? You know, like, what's going on? It's not Vietnam.
Yeah. Some folks are born shivers spinning in. And she's just like,
she's like,
and then it's not now, helicopter. That was the one meme I posted where it's like,
not now, helicopter. I'm like, what, bro?
Yeah,
they can't fucking hear you, dude.
When your village just got air raided by U.S. forces and now they're coming back for seconds and it's Vietnam, and she's like,
that's literally what it was, dude.
Yeah. But have you seen the first Wicked at all?
No, actually, believe it or
Okay.
not, it wasn't at
I,
the top.
I
Wasn't at the
didn't
top of my
I didn't
list.
think it was on the top of your list. I
Funny
did.
part is Mary's brother Devin. He watched the first Wicked and he calls me and he goes, "Dude, that wasn't anything like the Wizard." He's autistic, so he didn't know
Yeah, so
anything
he didn't
about
put two and two
Wicked.
together.
He was
Yeah.
like, "Dude, they were singing the whole time, dude. The Wizard of Oz was way better than that shit." He called me. He was like, "I don't know what the fuck I just watched, but they were singing the whole time, Jake." I was like, "Dude, I know.
Dude,
Come on."
preach, dude, preach.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. He so like I saw it last year at Thanksgiving when it came out. To paint the portrait of how I saw the first film, we like on Thanksgiving Day we waited last minute to go and get movie tickets. So there were like 3 spots left, and it was the front row. And I watched it with my mother-in-law, my sister-in-law,
Right.
my wife, and me. Right, and I was I was very front row, all the way over on the left. So basically,
Really?
me watching the film was like this, just for
Yeah.
2.5 hours. Just oh, right. So that was my experience watching the first one. Um, but there's a character in it. So the Wicked Witch of the East, right? So the main character, Elphaba, she's the Wicked Witch of the West. Obviously, we all know her. And the Wicked Witch of the East gets a house dropped on her. So you get to figure out her sister and what she's like. And she's pretty easy to root for when you first see her, right? You're like, okay, she's black. She's disabled in real life and she's in a wheelchair, right? And she's
What?
kind of like, yeah, like the actress is at like her sister's in a wheelchair the whole movie because they actually picked like a real disabled actress. She's an actress of color. It's her up and coming film. This is her big break.
Wait, the White Witch was in a wheelchair?
So that's Ariana Grande is the White Witch. They made the evil witches black
Okay.
in Wicked. Don't
She's
know who
green, but
I
okay.
don't know who greenlit that decision that the evil witches should be
Greenlit? I
played
see what you did
by
there.
yeah, thank you. Should be played by 2 black actresses, but they went with it anyway. And so Elphaba's the main character, Wicked Witch of the West, and then Wicked Witch of the East is her disabled sister. And
Hey, so Ariana Grande's in a wheelchair in the first Wicked movie?
you're still not putting together the pieces. Ariana Grande is not related. That's the Good Witch. That's the Good
I
Witch.
thought they
of
were
the-
fucking sisters.
No. So Ariana Grande, right? She's the pink lady in The Wizard of Oz, and she shows
Okay.
up to Munchkinville because a house fell on the Wicked Witch
so
of the
the-
East. Remember how Dorothy gets her,
and she's in a wheelchair in the
and
first
she's
movie?
in a wheelchair in the whole series. She's in a wheelchair, right?
I
'Cause
saw
she-
the legs sticking out from the bottom of the house. There's no way she's in a wheelchair. Dude.
She's in a wheelchair in the first Wicked, and she's in a wheelchair in the second Wicked because the actress is actually disabled. What I'm trying to say is, you want to root for her, right? You really do. But they said, what if we make her the biggest bitch on the entire planet? She has 0 redeeming qualities. From the second she shows up, she basically is like, my sister's green and weird. We're coming to high school. Don't talk to me. I don't know you. Right. And then the second her sister starts kind of getting her powers, she basically is just like, all the attention's going to you and not to me, and I don't feel special anymore. So I hate you too. Right. Like she has nothing going on for her. And then the second
They're in high
film-
school?
The first film's high school, right?
Okay.
The first film's high school, and they get to the end.
The
and they
second film
realize-
is like college.
so
Like the one witch like gains 15 pounds and like has a Xanax addiction.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, she pierces her septum, right? And she gets really
Yeah.
she gets really into alternative music.
Yeah, she gets
Just-
spider web tattoos on her nipples.
Yeah, starts going to rallies, and like she brings her new friend for Thanksgiving, even though it's a girl. And then, yeah.
Okay, so they're in high school
I'll
in
be
the
honest,
first one.
And for any of our listeners, I don't care about conservative or woke or anything. It doesn't nothing bothers me, right? I do care about good story writing, and the fact is they gave her 0 redeeming qualities whatsoever for this girl in a wheelchair. So the second movie starts. They're all grown up now. The girl is in the wheelchair as a governor. She got a position of power, right? So your first
So
introduction
she's like
to
Dan
her.
Crenshaw.
Yeah, pretty much. She's dead.
So
She's pulling a
she
full.
has an eye patch.
Yeah.
So the second sister is Dan Crenshaw.
The second sister.
She's just Hot Wheels, dude.
Yeah, she's Hot Wheels. And this is leading up to the second movie had my
The
favorite.
second sister's like Epstein files, dude. They
Never existed. Even though like 6 months before she was just talking about how we're gonna release them. That's part of like
the
what
second sister like goes down a ramp through a flaming hoop, does like a backflip.
yeah. This
that I would watch.
I would watch an that'd be way more interesting than anything they did
Nitro
with
Circus.
this girl. Yeah.
Yeah, Nitro Circus Wicked Witch would be sick.
Yeah.
She's like cannon.
Yeah. She's like, want to see me whip this going over here real quick? Yeah. Or like she's
wheelchair
the first one to
tail
do
whip.
Backflip on it, and all the Munchkins in Munchkinville just freak out.
Oh, she was a 900, dude.
Yeah. Tony Hawk 900 around the half pipe. Yeah. You can make an AI video tomorrow of that happening to like with the Wicked Witch of the East.
God, dude.
And that would be nicer than anything they did to this poor girl throughout the entire film. Because the writers were like, I hate her and you're gonna need to hate her too. This is leading up to, by the way, the best 2 seconds I've ever seen in a film in my entire life. So the Wicked Witch of the East, right? Start of the film, she's governor now. She's got a little bit of power. She has her Munchkin sex slave, who was her love interest in the previous film, and now you can definitely tell that things are really tense, as in he doesn't like her anymore, and she's head over heels for him. His name's Bach. Right? And all she wants is Bach's attention. Bach's like, dude, you're suffocating me. So Bach decides that he needs to leave, right? He's going to go back to the Emerald City. And you know what she does? She makes it illegal for any Munchkins to travel on public transport at the drop of a hat for Bach saying he wants to leave the town. She basically pulled a Hitler right there because Bach broke her heart and wanted to go 5 feet away from her at all times, dude.
She fired up the Munchkin trains? That's insane,
she fired up the Munchkin trains. There's a scene of Munchkins getting thrown off a train by the guard. Just little people getting tossed.
Wait, really? Is this an actual thing?
There's a really actual thing where a guard, just a little person in each hand, just throws these Munchkins off a train and says, "No travel permit." There's a Munchkin Dachau that she makes.
I've seen the Munchkin chimneys actually.
Yes.
And if you look at the shadows on the Munchkin chimneys, actually, there's no way that they could have.
Yeah, they don't matter. Yeah, you try to think. Yeah. That's a lot of Munchkins that they ended up fitting in those cans for the time frame. To put it in perspective, from the time that her Munchkin sex slave Bach was like, "I need to go to the Emerald City," by the time he left and went to the train station, there's a new law saying no Munchkins are ever allowed to leave like her land, basically, and you guys are ostracized. Because she was that pissed off at him. So that's who we're dealing with the second she got even a sliver of power, right? And so her sister comes, right? Her sister, the Wicked Witch of the West. She's been in hiding. The flying monkeys are after her. The Wizard of Oz are after her.
Wait, why are the monkeys after her?
Because they work for the wizard in this film, right? In the eventually they are employed by the Wicked Witch of the West. That's where that comes, like in the Wizard of Oz. That's what's happening. But right now they're employed by the wizard.
Me biting on my tongue.
I was about to say, why are you biting on your tongue, Jake?
Don't say anything. Don't say anything.
Don't say it. Hold your tongue. Hold your tongue.
I'm turning it off, dude.
What is wild is the fact that the monkeys are employed by the Wizard of Oz, which is Jeff Goldblum. Right, so
what? Jeff Goldblum, the rapist from fucking Death Wish?
Yeah, the most Jewish guy in Oz he's.
Oh my god, I knew he was at the top, dude.
Yeah,
I seen a bunch of YouTube videos that had him at the top.
I knew it. It all like the
That's
red
outrageous.
strings. The red strings all lead back to him, dude. There is a point where
there's some dude on YouTube right now. He's like, "Well, Jeff Goldblum actually He's a Jewish guy, and he runs the entire Oz universe.
And he's pulling a lot of strings, right? And he's the richest man in Oz. He even has his own gold road that paves right back to him.
Because all the roads lead back to the wizard.
You know, there's some dude on YouTube talking about that.
Yeah, 100%, dude. There's some incel out there that's pissed off.
Okay, so Jeff Goldblum is what?
Side note, Jeff Goldblum's the wizard. Side note, Jeff Goldblum's the wizard.
Okay.
All right. What was interesting I found about the monkeys is he controls the weather. At one point he actually does. Okay. At one point he does get his right hand woman to go and control the weather for him. That's how the tornado starts.
Oh. So Jeff Goldblum is making tornadoes and he's getting it.
We're staying out of it.
Okay.
But side note about the monkeys, Wicked Witch of the West does free the monkeys. And immediately the monkeys are like, can we please be employed by you? They want to be re-employed by the Wicked Witch of the West. I just want to say I adore their work ethic. I love that they're constantly want to contribute to the economy. They'll kidnap somebody at the drop of a hat, and it doesn't matter who they work for. They just do it for the love of the game. So shout out to the monkeys. Anyway, back to the broad in the wheelchair. Okay, so after she creates Munchkinville Dachau, Wicked Witch of the West, because she's Osama bin Laden in this world, decides I need to go and visit my sister, check up and see how she's doing. Right? They get in a fight.
Even though the sister was a bitch.
Exactly. Wheelchair sister is still a bitch because she's mad that her sister didn't come and visit her to say hello. Right? Which is kind of ridiculous considering the fact that her sister is public enemy number one in all of Oz, and she's pissed at her, not because she's a terrorist, but because she hasn't said hello in a long time, right?
Okay.
And to quote her too, she's like, I'm mad because I needed you, right? And the Wicked Witch of the West is like, our big fight in the first movie was because you said you don't need me anymore, wheelchair sister. And you never told me that you needed me. And wheelchair sister's like, I'm mad that you couldn't read my mind to know that I wanted you here all along. And I was like, bitch, you spent 2.5 hours telling the whole audience you hate your sister. And now you're like, I love her and I'm mad because I loved her and she never showed up. You never went to dad's funeral. Understandable considering the fact that if I was the cops, right? And I was just like, I wonder if the terrorist numero uno is going to show up at her own dad's funeral. I'd be waiting outside. Just saying. So I digress.
So how is she a terrorist?
The Wicked Witch of the West. I mean, just like Dorothy, she finds out the wizard's bullshit, right? And the Wicked Witch of the West
she sends a couple of guys to flight school.
Yeah, literally, down in Florida.
She sends a couple of monkeys down to Florida to flight school
with coupons. So it's you only pay 75%, right, of the price because you don't need the back 25% of what you're learning. They want a discount. They say, can we pay 75% because we don't need to learn how to land. So how much that costs on it, take that off the bill. No, so because she has magic.
But how did Castle 7 fall? That's what I want to know.
If it wasn't even near any of the Emerald Towers, how did Castle 7 fall? which the first movie does end with her flying something out of a building. So I don't know, but.
Okay. And Jeff Goldblum had nothing to do with that.
And Jeff Goldblum planned the whole scenario, actually. So
okay.
Just saying. And he can control the weather.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah. So, anyway, she's terrorist because she's like, the wizard's bullshit. He's lying to the people of Oz. He is also stealing animals because he doesn't like that the animals here can talk and are like the rest of us. So he's stealing all the animals and putting them away in cages. He's got his own Auschwitz of his own that he's working on. There's competing Auschwitzes in the franchise, basically.
Okay.
And she says, I need to put a stop to it. So where this is leading to is the fact of they get in this huge fight. There's no restitution or repair between the Wicked Witch of the East, who's in her power scooter, and the Wicked Witch of the West. And then the tornado comes. And we know what happens when the tornado comes in The Wizard of Oz. It lands on the Wicked Witch of the East wheelchair girl. But for some reason in the movie, they decided to include the funniest.
Wait, she was in the wheelchair before the fucking house landed on her?
She's in the wheelchair when the house lands on her.
That was why she was in the wheelchair.
No. She was born like that, right? And yeah, exactly.
I saw the Wizard of Oz, and she was not in a fucking wheelchair.
I mean, you only saw her feet in the Wizard of Oz, which is also kind of funny because when the house falls on her, and like the Wicked Witch of the West is talking to like Ariana Grande, the good witch, she's like, "And you gave that bitch my sister's shoes? What are you doing?" And she's like, "I don't know. I panicked. I just gave the 14-year-old girl from Kansas your sister's shoes. I was shooting from the hip."
I gotcha.
But anyway, so basically, the wizard wants to draw out the Wicked Witch. So he controls the weather with his Chinese servant to go and call down the tornado so that they can land the house on the Wicked Witch of the East. Kill their sister. That'll bring her out, right? So we can go and we can arrest her because obviously she's going to check up on her sister if the house lands on her. Flawless logic. The best part is as the tornado's going through Munchkin Land and it's tearing through, for some reason, this hoe in the wheelchair is wheeling through Main Street of Munchkinville in the middle of the biggest tornado you'll ever see on screen. And there's 2 seconds where it's her wheelchairing through Munchkinville, screaming at the top of her lungs, and she looks behind her, and there's a giant-ass tornado going way faster than her little wheels can move. And for some reason, they thought that wouldn't be the funniest thing you'll ever see in your life, just her going, "Ah!" as a tornado's just chasing right behind her in Munchkinville. And that got me so good because it was so out of left field that throughout the rest of the movie, I would like keep biting my tongue and biting my lip because I would think back on that scene of the disabled girl in a wheelchair trying to outrun a tornado through the middle of Munchkinville. But
that's hilarious.
I thought there'd be redemption. I thought there'd be something. They killed her at the drop of a hat without doing any like final words or anything to make like redeeming qualities of this character. They legit just killed her, making her the biggest bitch in all of film, and you just have to live with that. And so that's my little gripe with Wicked 2 is that the Wicked Witch of the East was probably the worst character I've ever seen, and I really wanted to root for her the best I could.
They should have done like the Kevin Costner in the second Twister where like she's just standing there and then like
she puts her hand
tornado
out.
Goes.
She's like, no.
Yeah, she says no. And then
she no, it's okay.
And she's gone.
No, the last thing you see of her before the house lands is her trying to wheel as fast as she can down a street while a tornado's barreling towards her, and she just her arms moving awesome. As fast as she could. Oh man,
that's hilarious.
And it was supposed to be like a sentimental scene of like, look, you're supposed to be sad for this girl. It's like, dude, I don't care at all about this girl. Yeah. The house isn't big enough, right? Land Mar-a-Lago on top of her. I don't care.
Yeah. I felt worse when the Tiger King's fucking zoo got hit by a tornado than I did at this lady.
Than I did about this girl, dude. Yeah, so Wicked 2, go see it in theaters now. That's my review of it.
That's hilarious.
Yeah, I was standing there. I was like, is nobody like paying attention to what just happened? Is they killed the disabled girl who just happens to also be the worst character in the entire film series. So it's good stuff, dude.
That reminds me of the time when we watched the Gandhi movie. I'm sure I told you this. We watched the Gandhi movie in middle school. Our whole class, we were learning about Gandhi or whatever. It was in the curriculum.
Yeah.
By the way, Gandhi did not want the blacks in India to be free. Just to throw that out there before I start the story.
They forget to mention that part, don't they?
They don't mention that one. Also, he slept with his 13-year-old niece, and the entire thing that he said was that he didn't get a boner. He said, I slept with... He said that. He said that. Give that a Google. He said he showed mental fortitude by not getting hard.
That's so good.
He didn't sleep with her. He slept in the same bed with her. And he was like, yeah, I'm a G because I didn't get rock hard while I was sleeping with my 13-year-old niece. Yeah. These are his words. And he also said, I want the Indians to be free, but I don't want the African people in India to be free.
That's so funny.
Also, I just want to go on another limb. How has it worked out? How's it worked out since they got rid of British rule over there? How's the infrastructure? Just want to throw that one out there.
I refuse to comment on
just
that.
Want to throw that one out there.
Yeah, right there. I don't want to say anything.
But,
I don't want to put anything out there, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just want to say, I just throwing it out there, guys. I don't know, man. They got their freedom. Well, have you seen any videos recently? Because I seen a guy with no arms cooking food in the street with his feet, and I'm just saying,
yeah,
maybe it might have been better off.
I saw a guy with an extra arm coming out of his stomach. They was waving at
Yeah.
people begging for money on the side of the road. I was like, oh, darn.
I see some questionable videos over there.
Yeah,
But, we watched
we're not racist, people. I swear. Oh man,
That's all I'm saying.
it's all I'm
Didn't
saying.
Ben Kingsley play Gandhi in that movie?
Yeah,
too? I
Ben
wanna
Kingsley
see-
played Gandhi in that movie. Yeah, he did. Yeah.
We couldn't even get an Indian guy, dude. This is back in the
No,
day.
they got. Isn't Ben Kingsley Jewish?
I think he's British.
Is he
but
British?
oh my god, yo! Yo! This is outrageous. Yo, just Google Gandhi Ben Kingsley. Yo. They got Ben Kingsley in blackface, dog. Yo, what?
They put Ben Kingsley in
you can't even
blackface.
see this. Yo, that's Ben Kingsley right there. Look at this picture. Yo,
That's bad, dude.
dude, you can't put my man in Indian face, dog. That's insane.
Nobody at any point in the makeup
1982.
department was like, maybe this isn't the best idea.
Get the fuck out of here, dude. Ben
That's-
Kingsley's got this. That's outrageous.
That's so funny.
But we watched that movie. They had an assembly. We watched it in the auditorium. The entire grade. I think it was
that's
seventh
so
grade.
bad, dude. Whose idea was that?
I think it was 7th grade. We're watching the Gandhi movie, dude. Oh my god. It might be one of the hardest I've ever laughed in my life. This and the time I went to a funeral with Mary, but I'll get to that story in a second. But dude, we were watching the Gandhi movie, dude. And like when Gandhi gets shot in the end, it's like a super sad movie or super sad moment in the movie. Like everybody's super quiet in the theater.
Yeah, yeah.
And then Gandhi gets shot and he's like, he's like, ah! He like lets out like a crazy scream.
Oh,
Dude,
yeah,
me
just
and-
the word.
me and all my friends, we start dying, bro. We start dying. And the whole assembly, we're cracking the fuck up, bro. We're cracking the fuck up, dude. We're all sitting together. Somehow we got lucky. We were all sitting together. Dude, the teacher pauses the movie.
I
bro.
knew it. She
In
turns
front
on the
of-
light.
Dude,
Who said that?
in front of the entire grade, dude. She pauses the movie, turns the lights on, bro. She's like, who fucking left? Like, the shot, dude. She looks at
I wrote my
Lance, dude.
thesis on him. You better speak up. That's so funny.
Dude, she looks at Lance. Lance immediately tries to throw Stevie
Lance-
K. under
Lance
the
is probably
bus.
bright
And
red at this point too.
Dude, Lance tries to throw Stevie K under the bus, and he's like, Stevie K made me laugh. Stevie K made me laugh. And then Stevie K's going, no, I didn't. No, I did not. Dude, and then Lance got dressed out in front of the entire grade, bro, in the auditorium.
Oh,
Or in the
man.
auditorium. Got absolutely dressed out. I think he still feels bad about it.
Your
to this day,
grade
but dude,
was
it
so hard
hilarious.
on teachers, dude. You guys were
Dude, it
little
was
assholes.
hilarious. Oh my god, I
Everybody.
tormented teachers. Dude, my boys had this one teacher. I'm going just running to a different story. My boys had this one teacher. Who
Oh,
they
your
fucking,
mic's
dude,
cutting
like,
out. You got back up a little bit.
Is my mic cutting out?
Yeah, you're good now.
Am I cutting out?
Yeah.
Dude, we would torment our teacher so bad. Like, it was absolutely brutal. I have no clue how I wasn't expelled. One, just off of the amount of days that I missed in school. Two, based off of the things that I did to teachers. Like, one time I had a teacher who was like, no phones in the hallway. And then I started running from him. And then he started running after me. And then I ran around the school for about 30 minutes while this guy was chasing me. And then I ran into the principal's office and was like, this guy wants to fuck me. He's been chasing me through the hallways. Like, dude, I was calling
immediately
this
went
teacher a
nuclear
pedophile.
launch codes, dude. You boom, push the big red button as fast as possible.
He's been chasing me around. He wants to fuck me. But dude, I wasn't in this class, but my friends had a teacher who they pushed to a point of a mental break, to the point where he made everybody line up in the class, and then he had them go one by one and look at themselves in the mirror in the classroom.
Oh.
And then he would say, like, whether you were going to amount to something or whether you were going to amount to nothing.
Oh no.
And to be honest, the friend who pushed him to this point, and before he did this, by the way, he kicked a stool as hard as he could. and the stool didn't fall over, it just slid across the room, which just immediately made everybody just start
Everyone
laughing in
laugh,
this
yeah.
guy's face. To be perfectly honest, the kid that he did yell at did end up in a federal penitentiary, so he was correct about.
He had
was
something
100%.
good.
That guy was fired immediately the next day.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Oh
we
man,
absolutely tormented the
teacher
teachers.
freakouts are so hard not to laugh at, though, dude.
I mean,
And
how
I don't
are
know
you
why.
not-
'Cause
oh my god!
now that I'm an adult, I'm like I feel so bad because they're like, you're underpaid, you're overworked, you have to deal with the worst people on the
Oh
entire
my
planet,
god, dude!
the youth of America.
You have
But
to deal with me, bro.
teachers freaking out is funny every single time. Just try not to laugh in the back. Watching a
Dude,
grown
oh
man
my
just
God.
scream at a 17-year-old is always funny, dude.
I could go all day on teacher freakouts if I'm being honest with you, because I caused so many teachers to freak out. I just apologize right now.
Yeah.
I had one classroom where this is another mirror story somehow, but had one classroom where my class, and then there's a mirror in the hallway. And if you looked into the hallway, you could see the class next to us, right? So I got a laser pointer and I brought it in to the class, and then I would shine the laser pointer into the mirror, and I would hit the teacher in the other room in the face. All class, dude. I would hit him in the face, and then he would come into our room and he would scream. He'd be like, "Ah!" I would just keep doing it. I never stopped. I was an absolute. I was ruthless, dude.
You're such
I
a
was
dick.
ruthless.
You're such an ass.
I'd freak out. Dude, I saw the opportunity, dude, and I took
You
it.
just-
Dude, I was
Ugh.
so bad in high school. We were the first kids in our grade to get laptops. I mean, I could do another hour on this. We were the first kids in our grade to get laptops, and I immediately figured out how to jailbreak the laptop.
Yeah.
So I had a GameCube simulator on my laptop in high school. I had a USB attachment that I could attach a GameCube controller into the USB attachment, and I would play GameCube under my desk,
Yeah.
like during class. I don't know. You played Wind Waker. You played Wind Waker, right?
Yeah.
So
Dude,
Wind Waker.
I remember your laptop, seeing your laptop, right? Like when you were in high school. I must have, because I remember being like, why do you have so many fucking games on your laptop? And you're like, dude, it's awesome. Look at this.
Dude, I beat Wind Waker in school. Wind Waker has like a 75-hour gameplay. I beat that game in school, bro. During school hours, I beat Wind Waker.
Beat Wind Waker.
I had GTA San Andreas on there. Oh, dude, it was honestly fucking sick. Once, like, we had Halo 1, the original Halo on there,
Yeah,
and we could land party.
Oh, it's game
in
over,
school.
dude. I would never do
Dude.
anything in school.
You could get 16 people lobbies, dude. We would have the entire class, 16 people just playing Halo in school. One point, we had a long-term sub who came in. He didn't know the curriculum or anything because the lady like went out unexpectedly, and he was like, "Yo, fuck it,
She
dude,
hit
send
her
me the
husband.
file, dude." He was like, "Fucking send me the file," and we played Halo 1 LAN party with our substitute teacher.
No
in
way,
class.
that's so cool,
It
dude.
was absolutely sick. But the reason I bring up the games is because I was such a bad student. I had San Andreas on my laptop, and they would shut it down for everybody else. They would be like, "Yo, no fucking playing that shit." And then I would be playing, and I had one teacher in a class, Miss Rabenda, and she would be like, other kids would freak out. They'd be like, "Why do you let him play San Andreas and none of us
Yeah.
are allowed to?" And she'd be like, she was like, "He's better. He's better off."
This
Like,
is-
she was like afraid. She was like
This is
afraid.
the
She was like,
lesser
"Just let
of
him
two
play."
evils, okay?
Just let him play San Andreas.
I make $45,000 a year, okay?
Yeah.
To deal
Dude,
with
and
him.
Speaking about how much teachers made, dude, I found a link online because all their pay information is like public, like it gets
Yeah.
posted each year. Someone told me that, dude. I found that out online, and I would bring that up to teachers I didn't like. I would look at their salary online,
dude,
and then I would
ultimate dick punch to a teacher, dude. You
mean,
son of a bitch.
just brutal, bro. I'm
That's
so sorry.
bad.
Mr. Silber, dude. I hit Mr. Silber with the why does the guy across the hall make 30
Oh,
G's
my
more than you?
Yo,
I mean,
no way, dude.
Nuclear launch codes, bro.
That's
Nuclear launch
That's
codes on the
so
teacher. I got
bad,
kicked out of
dude.
that class, dude. Yeah, why is that dude across the hall make 30 G's more than you?
30
And he'd be
Gs
like,
more
what are
than
you
you.
talking about?
I was like,
What
oh,
are
you
you
don't
talking
know?
about?
And then you just like turn your
Yeah,
laptop.
yeah.
Yeah. That's so funny, dude.
It's absolutely brutal.
You started a whole pension war with like the students, with the teachers and the faculty because you disclose their salaries, dude.
You have to block this website, please, God.
Yeah. Shit.
But dude, back to the other time, like, because the best laughs that you could have is when you're not supposed to be laughing, like when Gandhi dies in the assembly.
yeah,
Like, how are we
or
not gonna laugh? Like, it's just
me-
hilarious.
me not trying to laugh at the tug of war during the Special Olympics was the hardest. I think I ruptured a blood blood vessel like in my cornea because of that. I had a red eye.
I mean, when you're trying not to laugh, it's just
It's impossible.
I was
dude.
full red face, forehead vein, trying to hold it in as best I could.
also me and Ben volunteered for the Special Olympics multiple times.
Yes.
I just want that to be noted. I am a good person. We volunteered
we
for the
both-
Special Olympics multiple times.
Yeah, we both have family
And one time
members
I
who
was
are, like-
reffing.
Sorry, I'm
No,
done
yeah.
cutting you off. That's me. I'm an asshole. That's
No,
my bad.
I'm cutting you off. I've been
No,
talking
you're
this
good.
entire time.
I just want to say we
still
you know, we both have family members with special needs. We volunteered at the Special Olympics. We're good people, but also we're gonna let it fly a little bit.
But dude, I reffed softball one time at the Special Olympics,
Yeah.
and they were calling each other Jeffy from The Ringer. Like when someone would get a strike, they'd be like, "Come on,
Ah,
Jeffy."
Jeffy. That's so funny.
Yeah, which is the best
The-
like special person slur that you.
slur ever,
Also,
dude.
Every year we volunteered, I remember asking like specifically, please put me on the powerlifting. Like
Yeah.
whatever
The
I
powerlifting
can
team.
do. I want to see the weight that these guys are throwing up. Dude, because
Yeah,
I know
yeah,
they're putting numbers up.
I always got stuck with track, dude, and I was so bored at track, right?
Yes,
they
that was the
all-
1 year, but then the second year,
Yes.
I think we both did softball.
Yeah, you're right. We did do softball the second year. That was fun. And I think I'm starting to remember them calling each other Jeffy.
Back to what we were saying, the best laughs ever are when you're not supposed to be laughing. I don't know if I ever told you the story or not before, but when me and Mary, like first couple years of us dating, her grandma's husband passed away or whatever. I never met the guy or whatever. It was her second husband.
Yeah.
But I guess her son was like the member at this gun club in Quakertown. So they held the reception.
Quakertown Gun
Mary's
Club.
laughing. Mary just walked in and she's laughing just hearing me tee up this story.
Quakertown
Dude.
Gun Club, dude.
Dude, so we're at a Quakertown Gun Club for this guy's funeral, right? So half of the room is like a venue that you could like rent or whatever for a
Dude,
event.
is the other half a range?
No, the other half is a bar,
Okay.
right?
Yeah.
And there's a little half wall splitting the two.
Mm,
There's not like a wall, anything like this.
there's no insulation or drywall separating you and the rest of the place.
Dude, so we're at a funeral on the right half, and you can see people sitting at the bar on the left half, right?
No.
And they didn't turn the fucking music off, dude.
Oh
did
no.
not turn the fucking music off.
And
So
if
for-
you lose your one and only. Oh
Dude,
man.
so they didn't turn the touch tunes off at all. So we're sitting there at this dude's funeral, who I've never met, by the way.
Yeah, you're just there
And-
to impress your new girlfriend, basically. So like, hey, I'm
And,
supportive.
yeah, whatever you want. I'm here.
Maybe I'll
Dude,
get some head from this. I'm just here for you.
Yes, exactly, dude. So the fucking pastor is reading like John 3:16 or Corinthians or whatever
Yeah,
fucking
yeah. One of the classics.
Bible verse that he's reading, dude.
Hmm.
He's reading the Bible verse. Dude, and then they didn't turn the fucking music off, bro. I have no clue how on the other end of the bar they still had music on.
Yeah.
So he's reading a Bible verse at a dude's funeral, and then over the speakers, all you hear is, "You shook me." Dude, I
You shook me
He's reading Bible verses.
Yeah.
Dude, I look over at Manny.
One day
I'm like,
you will know the truth, and the truth will set you free. And you're like, oh, fuck.
I had my hands on my face, just
dying,
Just
dude.
like- and then Mary was pretty sad. And then at one point she starts laughing too. She's like, "Yeah, this is ridiculous, bro.
Oh,
This is
man.
absolutely insane." They must have thought I was crying because I literally had my hands in my head. I was like, "Oh."
Just going
I
up
was
and
like-
yeah, you're
And they were like,
"Who-
"This guy's never
wow, he
met
must have
him.
been
Why
really
is he
close to
crying?"
it." Yeah.
Yeah.
Mary's new boyfriend's trying a little too hard to get in our good graces. He's kind of an ass.
Dude, it was insanity.
That's so funny.
It was absolutely
Should be
insane.
all night long.
At a funeral, bro.
Yeah, dude.
There was a guy in a casket in front of me, and that song was
Oh
over.
no, that's brutal, dude.
Insane, dude.
Oh,
I hope you had a
man.
laugh in heaven over that, dude.
Yeah, that's yeah. You gotta definitely. You're giggling at that one right there, dude. Oh, I don't. There's got to be some scenarios. I crack up at the worst times, but I think I told you this.
I'm the worst with that, dude. Funerals, like, because if I don't laugh, I cry. I think that's what it is. Like, it's like if I'm not laughing, like it's tear time. So,
Yeah.
like, dude, I'm painting a house, and they have a black lab today, and I looked in the black lab's eyes for about 3 seconds, and we had a black lab that had, like in high school.
Chloe. Yeah.
I just walk into the room, just fucking tears, dude.
Yeah.
Josh was like, "What's going on?" I'm like, "I looked into the dog's eyes. I
He's
should have
like,
never fucking looked into the dog's eyes."
Yeah. She's got her eyes. Okay. Oh man. That's sometimes I get emotional looking at her dogs, and I'm because like I'll just be like, man, you're gonna die one day, and you're gonna die way before I do. Like, and then I just get sad, and then sometimes I think about like when I get up there, like, and I think about some guys being like, and there's someone that's been waiting to say hello to you for a long time, and then I just see my dumb ass Labradoodle Olive just running
Oh.
as fast as she can towards me. And like
I don't
the
believe
little,
in any religion that says
clouds,
dogs
dude.
don't go to heaven, dude.
Right? Mormons
If
believe
dogs
it.
aren't in heaven,
Yeah.
I'm not fucking there, dude. Send me to hell, bro. If I
Yeah.
don't fucking get to heaven and see the dogs that I grew up with, I'm
Dude,
Dude,
I'd
Dad
rather
made me
burn
fucking
in
dig
hell.
Howard's grave.
That is
That made me
really that's
fucking
jacked,
Dig
dude.
at Howard's grave in high school, dude. He made me
Yeah.
dig my fucking childhood dog's grave, dude.
I dug Frankie's and
Insane.
you dug Howard's, dude. That's dark.
Insane. Absolutely fucking
Dad's like,
insane.
oh, we're gonna have to put your childhood dogs down, but I got a bad back, so you're gonna have to do the hard work on this one.
This is a dude who's incapable of showing emotion, crying
Yeah.
while his fucking 16-year-old son digs a grave for his dog.
That's really dark, dude. That's really dark, dude.
That's really
Him
dark.
sobbing while you're digging a grave.
The guy who I've never seen cry before ever. Only time I seen him cry was at Big Grammy's funeral.
Yeah, I don't think I saw him tear up one time when he talked to when I saw him tear up one time where he like I think they stole my phone and I was talking about how we've been like smoking weed. And like Dad sat on my bed and like told me about his cousin who overdosed on heroin, right? And then for some reason they decided to have an open casket, but they hadn't found the body for a while. So the body was like
my.
and he was
God.
saying like even through the makeup you could see how like black and blue and bruised the corpse was basically.
Jesus
And
Christ.
I just remember him like tearing up and he's like, and they had the balls to do an open casket on him right there. And so he's like, so I don't want to see you with any fucking drugs, okay, dude? And I was like, that was the most emotional I've ever seen. That was like, sweet, dude, like chill. It was a little pot, but yeah.
Yeah.
That was it. That's the Rolodex of emotion. Not even when his dad died, nothing. Or
Big
I
Grammy,
think-
I seen him choke up a little at Big Grammys.
yeah, you know what? Now I mention that because he gave the eulogy at Big Grammys. I remember him choking up a little about that. And then it was either Kim or Lori came up behind me and was just like, you know, Big Grammy was with your dad making faces behind him the whole time. And I was like, I was like, cool. That's some heavy stuff right there. But
Yeah, she definitely would have
Sweet.
been. But yeah,
yeah.
her dad has no emotions.
Yeah. Yeah. Good shit. But I told you about the field day Special Olympics that we had at high school once, right? And that was like my biggest like that was the biggest like don't laugh whatsoever at this scenario, right? Where they okay, where they all right, wait. They had field day for the special they had field day for the special needs kids at the high school. And the grand finale event was a giant assembly in one of our gyms where they're going to have a tug of war with all the athletes and we're going to have a crowd cheering them on. Super cool, super wholesome. The team split was a little wild because on the left side of the rope, their anchor was the 6'9", 400-pound kid that could probably lift a car off of a woman if she was pinned in a car accident. That kid, but like not a non-verbal, not a thought in his head, straight up could one arm a car and throw it like King Kong if he needed to, though, right?
Do not take that kid's Nintendo Switch.
No, don't take a Switch because you're going through the tile ceiling. The drop ceiling, you're going right through it, dude.
Honestly, that teacher should have been arrested, dude. What were you thinking, dude? What the fuck were you thinking? Let the fucking kid play Switch, you fucking dumbass.
He's got enough on his plate, dude, all right?
Let him play fucking Mario Kart in school, you fucking jackass.
He's doing the best.
I'm glad that
with what he's
got body slammed.
Yeah, dude. What do you think? You're literally asking for trouble at that point, dude. Anyway, that was left side anchored of tug of war. There's a bunch of kids on left and right side, but he was the anchor on the left. Anchor on the right side was the kid in the wheelchair with the electric wheelchair.
Oh my god!
And I guess maybe they did the math in their head. Was like, this thing's got like 4 horsepower in it, so we have to put big old boy on the left, and we got to put wheelchair kid on the right. And wheelchair kid tied himself. He tied the end of the rope around himself. So regardless of the outcome, he was strapped in for whatever would happen. And it was pretty even tug of war battle because the wheelchair kid was just hitting. He was hitting the little lever back.
Dude, the wheels were spinning, bro.
Yeah. But as soon as Mongo on the left figured out that he needed to pull, it was game over from there.
Oh my god! Yeah, he got locked out of the chair.
So no, because he tied himself into the chair, dude, and like tied rope around himself through the chair around his body. So as soon as the kid on the left picked up the rope and started pulling, that team started winning, and then you just heard the tires squealing across the gym. As he's fighting and they're screeching, and me and my buddy Matt, my buddy Matt just turned to me. He's like, "You better bite your fucking lip off, dude." It's like, and I'm bright red like this, and then it got worse because, like, the kid in the wheelchair, I think he like maybe pivoted a little too much, right? So the wheelchair tipped over. The wheelchair tipped over on its side, and then it's the whole team on the right side getting pulled by this kid on the left, just across the gymnasium with the kid tied into his wheelchair, just getting towed across the gym with nothing that he can do about it. So that was yeah. I'm like, I looked and there were like spots of red on the right side of my eye because I burst a blood vessel in my cornea and trying not to like laugh so hard. But hilarious. That was good. That was brutal, dude. Oh man. What else do we have? What else do I have prepped for today? I was gonna do some weekend update shit. I
got one other thing prepped, and it was Osama bin Laden's. It was Osama bin Laden's laptop history when they raided him.
There was a picture of Beans from Even Stevens hanging out with what's her face, Avril Lavigne, that they found on his laptop, and that is the funniest photo ever. That he was chilling with that.
Dude, I like Googled it the other day and I was cracking the fuck up.
Did he really? Is that video of him dancing to Poker Face by Lady Gaga real?
I hope to God it is.
Have you ever seen that video where he's dancing to Poker Face and his and his house? And that was like, man, I more than anything, man, I hope that one's real because he seemed pretty chill.
Oh. Dude, on his laptop, his films included Ants, Batman, Gotham Knight.
Ants? He was watching
Ants. BBC Great Wildlife Moments. Cars was on his laptop. Chicken Little was on his laptop.
Dude, he liked kids' movies, dude.
It must have been for the kids. CNN presents World's Most Wanted, which I can only assume that he was watching it because he was on there.
Stroking himself to that, dude.
Final Fantasy was on there. Home on the Range was on there. Oh. Ice Age was on there.
A lot of kids' movies.
In the Footsteps of Bin Laden by CNN, which was on there. I'm just gonna scroll down. He had Resident Evil on there. My favorite one that was on there was Where in the world is Osama bin Laden, which was a documentary that they made, which must have been hilarious for him to watch. And he's like, they don't got shit on me.
Yeah, you guys ain't even close. But then maybe one of them though was like the next town over, and he's like, "Ooh," he's like, "Maybe we need to pack up, kids." He's like, one of their guesses was kind of in the right neighborhood. We gotta switch houses. Oh,
And then the video games that were on his laptop were Super Mario Bros., Mario and Luigi, Partners in Time, Metroid Prime, Yoshi's Island, One Piece, Naruto was on his laptop, and Battles of the Prince of Persia, which I thought was hilarious.
man, dude.
Somewhere in the world, Osama bin Laden was playing Prince of Persia.
Prince of
on
Persia.
his
He's like,
laptop.
this is in a different life. This is me. I am the Prince of Persia. Fudge, dude. Good.
Yeah, that's like,
Good for the homie, dude. I mean, he had a lot of downtime to chill. So
I would just like to think of somewhere in the world where Osama bin Laden was watching the Cars movie. I mean, just absolutely hits it.
dude, and he's biting his nails.
Good chow.
Oh man,
Chigga. Osama bin Laden in the cave.
Bin Laden's crying because Lightning McQueen gave up his win at the end so the king could finish the race. And Osama's like, oh man, some good shit right there. You do good. Oh man. Yeah. He's like, oh, he came back. Oh, he came back for him. So good. I'm gonna be thinking about that forever. Oh.
Like what?
Oh man.
So fun.
I had
Also, not to get conspiratorial though, but I do love how immediately Barack Obama somehow knew exactly where he was at. That's all I'm saying.
yeah. He was like, oh, he's been here the whole time. I heard
They're like, where is he? We've been looking for him for 20 years. All of a sudden, there's something about it. It's like,
he's
I have an exact geolocation on his exact location in
Yeah.
Pakistan.
I heard it was like it wasn't U.S. intelligence that figured out where he was. It was Canadian intelligence. But they always leave that part out of the story. Is that Canada was tracking him forever, and they were the ones that were like, "Yo, we've got him. Like we figured him out." But then the U.S. is like, "We're gonna swoop that W real quick and be like, we found him.
We got him. Yeah.
We got him." But yeah, it was like Canada that was like, "No, we found him hiding over here." What did I have planned? I watched a lot of because I had a 13.5-hour car ride there and a 13-hour
we should have
car
talked
ride.
about that, but you
back
chose to
to-
talk about fucking
Wicked, dude.
yeah, for fucking an hour.
I talked.
You know,
talked
I'm
about
not even
Wicked
gonna
for
mention the
30
fact
minutes.
I drove 13 hours to watch the Eagles
That's
lose
so-
in
that's
overtime.
so true.
I'm gonna talk about fucking Wicked for an hour.
That's so true.
Never even mentioned that once, dude. Jalen Hurts threw 4 interceptions
Threw 4 interceptions live. Mikkel, do you want to
after
come
a fucking
say hi?
13-hour drive.
Dude, the anticipation for the game being like, they're going to turn it around. This is where I know we're in a slump right now, but the Chargers have a horrible offensive line, right? Jalen Hurts is going to settle whatever he needs to with AJ. This is it. And then to watch those guys just fumble the ball. Like every play was like, Saquon run up the middle, deep throw to AJ Brown. Saquon run up the middle, deep throw to AJ Brown. It didn't work for 4
AJ Brown
quarters.
drops the ball every time. Dude, when I was thinking about this podcast tonight, I was like, Ben's going to come in heated like I am about the Giants. He's going to come in just absolutely snapping about how he drove 13 hours to watch the Eagles loss. Ben comes in, he's like, so, you know, I saw Wicked too the other day. What the fuck are you talking about? You didn't even mention the 13-hour drive to go watch the Eagles lose. Yeah, I saw Wicked too. She's in a
Wicked-
fucking wheelchair. What the fuck is going on over
I told
here,
him
dude?
about the
You didn't
tornado
mention
scene.
that shit.
Oh man, I told him about the tornado scene where I was just cracking up in the movie theater.
Yeah, he couldn't stop laughing. He would randomly remember it and keep laughing about
That
it.
was just legitimately
wish.
that was the highlight of the weekend because the Eagles lost in overtime with an interception. That's why I wanted to talk about Wicked too, because that was the best part of whatever I had to experience in California these last couple days.
I wish I could have been there, dude. The laugh.
Yeah, it was so funny, dude. It was, and nobody else was cracking up.
No, we were in the front too.
It was one of those two where people were clapping after songs. It was the wrong
It was a little
crowd.
bit too much.
Yeah, I was like, you guys are gay.
It was like a time filler.
Yeah, that's what I was telling him. I was like, we did our morning thing. We had something planned for the afternoon. Let's go see an IMAX movie. And then we picked. I was like, why not Wicked? Like it's overdue. Everyone's seeing it, so let's go do it.
Yeah.
But
yeah, no, the Eagles game.
What are there?
The thing is, I want to circle back with Saquon running up the middle. They done that every effing play, and then when they had 3 minutes left, didn't need to throw the ball. They could have ran it up the middle like they do every effing time.
Oh, McCall just cut out.
Oh.
Wait.
Cut out. I can't hear.
There you go. Your internet's bad today, Jake. Okay, keep going.
Can you hear me?
I believe it.
Yeah.
I was just saying they could have they had 3 minutes left. They were clearly going to win this game. They could have ran it up the middle like they do every time just to eat clock, and then instead he throws an interception.
Yeah.
Dude, that was insane.
It was
absolutely insane.
And Justin Herbert being so pissed afterwards,
that they won,
which I get because he just got the shit kicked out of him for 5 quarters. Yeah, and like they're he's lucky that it was just Davis that was playing on the D line. If Jalen Carter was there, if that O-line had to face 2 baby rhinoceros for those 4 quarters, Justin Herbert probably would have been injured, like leaving the game, because Davis was eating good, and I couldn't imagine how they'd deal with a Carter on the other side of the line. So he was pissed that they won because he definitely feel like they didn't deserve it. And I'll tell you what, he didn't, because that stadium was 2/3 Philadelphia fans.
there were so many Philly fans. What is he doing?
Wait, what do you have? What's Oh no. No, don't do it. Don't do it. No.
I know what that is.
I hate you son of a bitch. Every episode he sneaks it in there. He's getting good. He's getting better at it too. Oh man.
Dude,
Such a
I
dick.
didn't even fill up.
That's some good Coca-Cola you got there, dude. How do you always have Wendy's cups that you can piss in, dude?
The other day, dude, the other day I was driving home, and I went to pee in a cup in a Dunkin' Donuts cup, same size as this cup. That's why I was like, dude, this is a gamble, honestly. Look at where the top is at, dude. I mean, I'm maybe an inch from the top.
Yeah.
I mean, that was a gamble. Same exact size cup the other day. It was a Dunkin' Donuts cup. I was driving home from work.
You got back up from the mic. Back up from the mic. There you go. Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry. But dude, same exact size cup the other day. I was driving home from work. I was in Pennsburg. There was nowhere to stop. There was nowhere to piss. I was like, all right, I got a Dunkin' Donuts cup. Same exact size. I was like, I'm just going to pee in this on the way home.
Oh, no.
Dude, I go to pee in the cup. I'm at a red light, dude. The light turns green. I'm overflowing the cup, dude. I hit the gas, bro.
No,
I hit the gas. Dude, the cup fucking splashes all over me, dude. All over me.
You deserve that.
I was like 40 minutes from home, bro. I had to drive home. Just absolutely covered in my own piss, dude.
Oh man. If anyone ever thinks that like it's on this podcast, like these people like they're bad people, right? From listening to it, or they're gross. We're way worse than ourselves than you'll ever be. Jake had to drive home covered in piss for 40 minutes voluntarily.
Dude, that's pretty clear. That's pretty clear, dude.
Yeah. That's good.
I mean, you can still see Wendy on the other side, dude.
You can. For a blue collar worker, dude, and you're coming back that hydrated, I'm glad you're filling up your hydro jug before work and it's showing.
I just want to make it known that I most definitely did drink the piss when Kyler was on the podcast.
Yeah.
But if anybody ever asked Michaela, I told Mary that I just faked it and that I didn't actually sip it, but I gave it a fucking big old swig, Michaela.
That was so funny when we called you about the Cocoa Pebbles. Or Fruity Pebbles, that was
the Fruity Pebbles.
Which
yes.
Secret Lives of Mormon Wives. Man, every dog just jumping up.
Yes. I would like to hope that.
Yeah, you cut out. I don't know. I hope the dog
It's like Fruity Pebbles.
There you go.
Oh, you're cutting out. You're cutting out.
No, he's cutting out, dude. Guys.
Dude, the other day, I went to a Thanksgiving party, and I brought a Carvel ice cream cake, the big one.
It's a big one.
The big Carvel, right?
No, it's okay.
And Mary was like, "You need to bring a dessert to this party, whatever." So I brought the Carvel. I showed up,
and they were like, "Yo, like we already made desserts. You don't need the Carvel." Last night, I ate the entire Carvel ice cream cake. I mean, not a slice missing. I ate the entire thing to the dome, dude. To the absolute dome.
Just top to bottom. Dude, my 2 roommates in college, they used to like we'd do movie nights and they used to go to Dairy Queen and they would go halvesies on an ice cream cake, right? And then they would just like split it in half and during the movie they would both just crush half a Dairy Queen ice cream cake. And those guys back in that day, you hold it down, slut. Back in that day, they both had 6-packs, and I was their fat 315-pound roommate that was trying to eat like fried broccoli and like chicken breast to like stay healthy. Just looking at him, be like, "You sons of bitches! I don't know how you guys do." Yeah, I was like, "You do that in my house in front of me?" But man, they could put away ice cream and not gain a pound, and I hate them.
So just do cocaine, bro.
Yeah. Dude,
you need another vice.
Yeah, I know, dude. Well, my vice is men, and I'm married, so that's my. Which if you ask my wife, she'd be like, "Yeah, he's gay. That's true." But where am I going with this?
You want to see if Mary wants some Sprite?
Yeah, dude, you should offer her. She wants some apple juice.
Mary, you want some Sprite, dude? Mary, just take a little sip.
Just take a sipperoonie. Just a little sipsies.
She's gagging right now.
Yeah, the cup's warm, dude.
No.
Dude, just take a little sip. Take a little sip.
Mary, it tastes like Fruity Pebbles. The Mormons say it tastes like Fruity Pebbles. Do it. It's crazy how she just tolerates you at best.
Yeah.
You're like,
she has sex with me, dude. That's insane.
That's insane on her part.
Oh, what a burn on you. That's such a burn for her.
It is.
Oh, no.
Don't even show me right now.
She doesn't want the
You look insane.
Oh, man. And his bucket hat and girl glasses, trying to make her drink piss, saying she's the crazy one. Oh, dude. Fuck. Back to the Eagles, I guess. There's like, dude, Mary, just take a sip, just one. Mary, think of. Maybe think of the content. Oh man, I can't wait till this podcast goes big and we start talking about politics and like the OG fans be like, "I miss the days when they tried to make them drink piss."
Yeah, leave me alone.
It's Sprite, bro. It's clearly fucking dehydrated Sprite, dude.
Yeah, that's all. It's just it lost its carbonation. Actually, there's a little fizz on top. There's a little foam on the top right there. Fuck. Being a Chargers fan is hard in LA because there's way more Eagles fans than there is Chargers fans.
Yeah, I wasn't surprised when you said that because I'm like, dude, they came from San Diego. Everybody in LA is fucking.
They're either a Rams or a Raiders fan in LA, so there's no room for a third
That's what
team.
I was gonna say. Rams or Raiders fans.
They're
That's
Rams or
exactly
Raiders
what
fans.
I was gonna say.
Having
About
gone
the people
to
in LA.
having gone to a Rams Raiders game, yeah, they're all Rams or Raiders fans. Majority Raiders fans. Gonna leave that out.
Jacob, stop.
Mayor, just do it for the pod.
Dude, the pod wants to see.
The pod
Just
want
give
the
it a
fit.
little sip.
Our non-binary New
The
Zealand
Norwegian
fans.
non-binaries
Norwegian
wanna
non-binaries want it. Did to play in your own home stadium, right? And they announce the players when they're coming out. They're like, here, coming out next is I don't know many Chargers players. Quentin Johnston, the worst wide receiver in the NFL, and then like Justin Herbert. They're like, coming out is your quarterback Justin Herbert. For Justin Herbert to come back in his own field, right? And just hear nothing but boos from the entire crowd must suck balls, man. Every third down on your home field, literally you can't hear the play call because there's so many boos coming from the crowd from the away team, dude. I'd put a gun in my mouth if I had to put up with that every single week.
Fucking
Yeah, I
brutal,
feel
dude.
bad. We were hanging out in Santa Monica a lot and Venice Beach. There's a Eagles bar in Santa Monica just for Eagles fans, dude. That like they
Rule.
painted Kelly Green. It's right there in the main street. Like they love the Eagles way more than they'll ever love the Chargers there.
The Eagles fans are die hard.
Yeah, dude, for real. So anyway, the game sucked ass. Chargers fans, granted, the Chargers fans were like kind of pricks. The guy in front of us texted and he's like, the Eagles players have been here all week and their behavior is atrocious. And Mikkel like looked like at his screen. She's like, yo, I was like, look
Fuck
at that.
you, bitch.
Dude, Mikkel literally was like, look at that loser. Look what he's texting right now. I was like, oh shoot. So Mikkel like Mikkel like in his ear would be like, Chargers suck, boo, like the whole time, like as loud as she could in this dude's ears. Yeah. But it did suck because that guy towards the end of the game when it was tied in overtime. Oh no, when we were down in overtime and we needed like a touchdown or a field goal to tie it up, that guy the whole time was like, we're horrible. We're such a bad team. This is embarrassing for you guys.
I did lock in.
Did you what?
I did lock in.
You did lock in. For that? Oh, yelling at him? Yes. That's what I was saying. I was like, Mikkel.
You should have been like, dude, we're in LA. I'll fucking stab you 3 times and get out in 4 hours, bro.
Yeah, literally.
We're in Los Angeles. I'll slap you over the head with a fucking Corona can and get out in 3 hours.
Get
bro.
out as long as I'm a US citizen, I'll be out tomorrow.
They're gonna
Alright.
let me out before the fucking dinner call comes, bro.
Yeah. They were for real. They were, but like him being like, they were like, we're a bad team and you're losing. That's embarrassing. You guys should be embarrassed right now. I was like, screw you, you bastard.
Or him like every time they're like spelling the Eagles and stuff. And
He's like, oh, it's a spelling game.
it's, wow, you can really spell.
You good? You guys can spell. That's so cool. I was like, shut up. You guys have been good since Phillips Rivers was your quarterback, dude.
Dude, I'll scream at a little kid, dude. I don't even give a
Dude,
fuck.
I'll be
Dude,
in there.
root for Philly, man,
Dude, the Phillies fans are ready to fight
Get
that
that kid
whole
the
time, dude.
fuck out of here, dude.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
And even the fact that like, because the game was so back and forth of who could be shittier, so
Yeah.
it kept the fans in the entire time. So the whole stadium just booing at the time. There wasn't a
Yes,
quiet
booing.
time at all for the Eagles fans because we were all holding out hope that there was a chance we could win this, dude. So
So much booing.
I feel bad. I felt really bad for
Yeah,
the
you made
Chargers fans.
playoffs
I
in
felt
the
bad for
fantasy league, huh?
us. Yeah, dude, squeaked it in there. Squeaked it right in there.
Fuck my boy Anthony over.
I know. I'm definitely not going to win though. I'll tell you what. Looking at your team and Tommy Koch's team, I don't think I've topped y'all's numbers in a long time. But I do. My
Who you
saving
playing?
grace. This week I don't know who I'm playing, but I've got.
I got
on
the
my,
bye week.
yeah, because you're second place. That's why. Granted, I do have Jahmyr Chase and Joe Burrow on my team just for that reason of like it's late in the season. Those guys like have magic, like towards the
Yeah,
end of the
it's you
season.
versus Jared Koch, and then I get the winner. So good luck,
Dude.
brother.
Is Jeremy Koch I'm facing?
Yeah.
Damn it, Jer. But yeah, dude, LA was fun. The drive sucked, but it was worth it, I guess. I don't know. It's a cool town. It's a great stadium. Nothing bad to say about SoFi. Even the nosebleeds are like better than almost any other seat you'll get in another stadium. But yeah.
Make this my thumbnail picture.
Click on that one, dude. The only thing I have left is I listened to Norm Macdonald like weekend update highlight reels of him just doing OJ Simpson the entire time. So I wrote
Dude, listen to
3
his podcast.
Is it good?
Go back and listen to his podcast, dude. It's second behind Joe Diaz's podcast back in the day.
Really?
It's the second best podcast I've ever listened to. I literally I listened to the entire thing before he passed, and then when he passed, I went back and listened again.
Oh.
Dude, it is the best fucking podcast you'll ever listen to. His co-host is Adam Egget, who's Jewish, and he would have like big celebrities
on as the guest, and then he would literally be like every single time they have a big guest on their podcast, he would tell the guest, he'd be like, "Yeah, so Adam Egan over here, he says that like the chimneys, like they didn't match."
They don't match
Like,
up.
dude, every single time he'd be like, "How would they be using Zyklon B? Like when they open the chambers, it would like, dude, every single episode he would throw Adam Egan under the bus, and Adam Egan would be like, "What? Like what are you talking about?" They said that like
exactly. Adam's been saying
they
the
said
wildest stuff recently.
literally every single episode he throws Adam Egan under the bus.
Damn, poor
They,
Adam.
they said that at Norm Macdonald's funeral, Adam Egan spoke, and he said that how much he loved Norm, even though when you Google Adam Egan, the first thing that comes up is Holocaust denier underneath
Because of how much Norm just stuck with the joke.
he would talk. Dude,
I would-
I went back and listened to that podcast after Norm died, and all the big guests that he would have on, he would ask them like, "What do you think happens after you die?" Which is crazy because like, yeah, exactly. Which is crazy.
That's crazy, dude.
Yeah, because he didn't
Oh.
tell anybody, but he knew.
Did Adam?
And
Adam
dude-
had to know, right? Though.
Nah, he didn't know
Adam,
either.
even
apparently.
Adam didn't know because
Yeah.
it was.
But dude, he had Larry King on, and he asked Larry King, he's like, "So what do you think happens after you die?" And Larry King's like, "I think it's never ending black. I don't think there's anything after we die, and I think it's just darkness." and then Norm Macdonald's like, "That's a little dark, don't you think?" Like,
yeah.
he's like,
He's like, maybe when I spice, dude, that is. And then Norm's like, I don't like Larry King. I don't like talking about this with Larry King anymore. Let's just switch it up.
yeah. Dude, it's the
Who-
best podcast ever, dude. Seriously, you got to go back and listen to Norm Macdonald's podcast.
That was it. Because
He had Gilbert Gottfried on. He had Super Dave on before both of them died. Like he had a
Yeah.
bunch of people. Larry King before he died, he had a bunch of people who are dead now on his podcast back in the day.
really.
When he
The-
said the thing to Super Dave about Adam Egan being a Holocaust denier, Super Dave was like, he was like, "You can't fucking say that." He was like, "How are you gonna say that?" He was like, "I do not subscribe to this." He was like-
yeah. He's like,
And
really.
then Norm Macdonald's like, "I don't know. That's what Adam said to me. I don't know."
Oh, do you know who Jim Downey is? Jim Downey was Norm's writing partner on SNL. He was a writer on SNL for years, right? And he got fired during the whole OJ Simpson stuff too. But that was it, because like Jim Downey, basically when the head executive at NBC said you need to fire somebody over the OJ stuff because they won't stop, they approached Norm and they were like, well, we're gonna get rid of Jim Downey, which Jim Downey wrote all of the Weekend Update stuff with Norm the entire time that he did it with him. And Norm's like, no. He's like, if you get rid of Jim, I'm walking too.
I'm out,
and then it finally like divulged into like, we're firing both of you guys because you guys like won't quit, because the head of NBC was OJ's like best friend. But dude, like Jim Downey didn't even like, it's crazy who didn't know that he had cancer, because Jim Downey said he texted Adam if like basically, or no, or it was Adam texted Jim because they were so close with Norm, and Adam said, "You son of a bitch, you didn't tell me he was sick." And Jim's like, "I was gonna text you the same thing because I thought you were the only one that knew." Like on top of it, like
Dude, watch his last special that he released on Netflix during COVID. The entire special is pretty much about how much he loved his mom. Like, it's not that funny, but when you listen to it, like when
With
you listen to it
with
back, you're like,
context, dude.
oh my god,
that's
like,
gonna-
the
that's
entire
gonna-
special's about. Dude, you'll cry.
that's
I
gonna
cried.
wreck, that's
100%.
gonna wreck me, dude.
Did you
Oh,
ever
that's
seen him
gonna
on The
wreck me.
View? Norm on The View?
No, it can't be good though. Why'd they invite him
Because
on?
I'm a
Why'd they
kid.
invite him on The View?
He goes on The View and he's like, and they're like, "So, like, who are you voting for or whatever?" And he's like, "Yeah, I think we got to get the murderers out of the White House." And they're like, "What do you mean?" And he's like, "Well, Bill Clinton killed a guy, didn't he? He
Yeah.
killed him."
Bill-
And they're all like,
Bill killed a guy.
next subject, next subject. I think we got to get the murderers out of the White House.
yeah. Fudge, dude. That's it. Jim Downey was saying like the best part about Norm is that they said he was like, we would write jokes that we know none of the audience would think was funny. The staff might think it's funny, other comedians might think it's funny, but Like they know it's not going to get a laugh, and that was the one that Norm would die on a
Made
hill
Norm
for
like
because
it
it
the most.
because it was a good joke. He's like he didn't care if it was going to get a reaction. He loved the silence, but he's like as long as it was a good joke, that literally was it. So that's why like Norm Macdonald, like sometimes he doesn't stick with everybody because like some of the stuff goes over your head. But the actual structure of the joke is always gold, and that's why Jim's like he was my favorite guy to write for, and we worked so much together because Norm was only mattered if it was a good joke. That would say it didn't matter if it was going to land or stick.
You ever seen him at the ESPYs?
Yeah, yeah.
He did the ESPYs, and he's talking about the guy in college who won the Heisman, and he's like, yeah. So this guy he won the Heisman, and he absolutely had the best season ever, and they can never take that away from him unless he kills a waiter.
Yeah. I love the listening to Shane Gillis, his podcast episodes right before he did the ESPYs. He kept quoting Norm of how he's like, it's not gonna go over well, dude. He's like the GOAT already did it, and they didn't laugh for him. And he's like, there's no way that I'm ever gonna hit, dude. Yeah.
Too funny, dude. R.I.P. Norm, dude. The GOAT.
I had to listen to his podcast on some weird app that they must have sold the rights to. So it's kind of hard to find, but if you can find it online, definitely go back.
I think you could probably find a lot of highlights on YouTube too, probably.
Because him and Gilbert Gottfried, dude, when he had Gilbert on,
going back and forth,
he did the whole Holocaust thing, where he's like talking about Adam Egan being a Holocaust denier. Dude, Gilbert Gottfried immediately got it, and he starts dying, even though he's Jewish. He's like, yeah, I've seen those videos. He starts throwing Adam Egan onto the bus immediately.
He immediately goes for the bit, and he's like, oh, yeah, I get it. That was
Gilbert was a fucking man, dude. Gilbert was a fucking man.
The guy that wrote.
You ever seen the Gilbert Gottfried joke about the guy who gets beard spilled on him?
No.
He told it on the podcast or whatever, but he's talking about how like this guy because Gilbert Gottfried would do like street jokes. That his stand up was like street jokes.
Yeah, he was old school with it.
Yeah, he did a joke on the podcast about this guy who like his wife didn't want him like going out to lunch and drinking after work or whatever. And then the guy, of course, he goes out and he drinks after work, and then his coworker and then he spills beer on himself or whatever. And then he's like, oh my God, my wife's going to know that I was drinking after work. And his coworker's like, here, I'll put this $20 in your shirt pocket. And then when you go home, you can say that I went out to lunch at work and my coworker spilled beer on me and it wasn't my fault. You know what I mean? And then the guy goes home and he's like, and the wife's like, why do you have beer all over yourself? And he's like, oh, like I got this $20. My coworker told me to like go buy a new shirt. And then the wife is like, well, then why do you smell like shit? And then the guy's like, well, I shit my pants too. Or the guy shit my pants.
The guy shit, yeah. He spilled beer on that and he shit my pants.
I fucked up the punchline.
That's okay. I knew exactly where you're going.
But yeah, go back and watch his podcast, dude. It's fire.
I love it when people fall for a bit. Like when Jim Downey, when he was on Conan, he was like, his first minute on Conan's podcast, he was just like, yeah, he's like, I'm really glad to be here on Conan. Conan, you've just had such a long career, you know, and you never get caught up in these headlines of scandal or controversy. And he's like, you know, and I just saw the most craziest thing about the New York City financier, Jeffrey Epstein. Have you heard anything about him? And then but this podcast came out like 6 months ago. Basically, and immediately Conan's like, oh, he's doing a bit. And he's like, yes, we've heard about Jeffrey Epstein. He's like, yeah, there's some headlines going around that he might not be as good of a guy as we thought he was, which is insane because I know Jeff and I've known him a long time and he's one of my best friends. And Conan's just like, he's dead. He's been dead for 5 years. He's like, no. He's like, I would have heard about it for sure. We were very close, him and I. And he's just like, you know what? Let me call Jelaine. I'm gonna call Jelaine real quick to see what she thinks about that. And Coco's like, and then Conan's just like, she's in jail too and he's like, Conan, the New York City financier, the one with the island. We're definitely not talking about the same Jeffrey. But
dude, I love Conan because he always understood Norm. Like he would
Yeah,
have him on, and
100%.
like he like would you could see Conan like smiling, like I know what's coming.
Yeah.
But dude, Norm would do this other bit on his podcast where he would talk about this gay guy in Canada who like murdered his boyfriend and ate him. And he would have like these big celebrities on his podcast, and he would go, "Yeah, we got a local news story in from Canada where this gay guy he killed his boyfriend and he chopped him up and he ate him, and it was this whole and he would go into this whole long like diatribe about like how this gay guy like ate his boyfriend, and he'd go, like, dude, he'd go, yeah, what a real jerk."
Just,
and then the guest would be like,
such an anti-joke, yeah.
the guest would be like, like nothing,
Nothing,
yeah, what a real jerk,
yeah. There was like, what's the one joke that he had? What's the one joke that he did? It was like, yeah, he's like, for the 6th time, Spirit Airlines was rated worst airline in the United States. You know, but I can think of one other airline that was probably worse than Spirit. And they're like, what? And he's like, the 9/11 airline. And just like, it's a joke for nobody but him, just because he thinks it's funny.
And then the guys will be like,
yeah. Or even there was like, there was one time where they were just like, this flight happened and passengers say it was the worst flight that they've ever experienced. And some say probably the worst flight that will ever exist was the turbulence experienced on this flight. But, you know, I can think of 4 other flights that happened a couple of years ago that maybe it would have been a little worse than that.